there is a physical memory of remembering where you came from. If you just as much as hold somebody's hand, you will develop runanubandha. Physical memory, beyond a certain point that what you pick up, will cause a certain level of confusion. Many of you have noticed this, certain days your body seems to be confused. So, we created various systems to cleanse. We were talking about what is referred to as runanubandha, which means certain physical memory. Body has its own memory. Today there are lots of experiments to partially prove some of these things. Let's say your father, okay, I'm just picking on him because I thought you wouldn't mind. Your father, let's say when he was a child, he liked round objects. He played with round pebbles, round this, round that. Let's say he developed a certain level of involvement with them. When you grow up, without knowing why, you'll start liking round things. Maybe you don't find pebbles anymore when you're growing up. So you'll pick on something else. Whatever you choose, you will tend to choose that kind of thing. These things are proven beyond doubt that these repetitions happen. This is simply because you carry a certain genetic material. Runanubandha means the physical memory that you carry within you. This can happen because of blood relationship. This can also happen due to sexual relationship. That body has a certain memory. Runanubandha is not like genetic factors being transmitted from parent to child, not on that level. There is a physical memory of remembering where you came from. Not necessarily in terms of tone of your skin, shape of your nose, how you're built, your race, not that. It is just that if you just as much as hold somebody's hand, you will develop runanubandha. This is why in India if you come, people will do like this. They don't want to do that. We will love you like this. And there are many things, they won't give certain substances. Nobody will give salt to you or will receive salt from you. If you try to give them salt, you'll say, keep it here. They don't want to take it from your hands. The till or the sesame seeds, they won't take it from you. Certain types of soils, nobody will receive it from you. If you want to give soil to somebody, any kind of soil, there are rituals where soil is given, always you keep it down, I'll pick it from there. Never take it from somebody's hands, because you will develop runanubandha. Physical memory, beyond a certain point that what you pick up, will cause a certain level of confusion. Confusion, not here, this confusion is a different thing, that is something you have earned. But physical confusion, if the body is confused, it can't come to ease. It is… many of you have noticed this, certain days your body seems to be confused. Have you noticed this? Wherever you sit somehow. Another day you sit down, So, we created various systems to cleanse. One thing is fire wash, air wash. Really? Of course, the water wash every day. When I was in a period of time when I was into lot of sadhana, I would have somewhere between 5 to 7 showers a day. Because your system becomes so sensitive, you sat on this cushion, now you're conscious what this cushion is doing to you. So you want to wash. At least just water running over your body. 5 to 7 days, 7 times a day. This is not like calculated, I must do it 5 times or 7 times. Whenever you feel like… Most yogis have shower at least twice a day, minimum. Usually it's a dip in the river. Just at least once you dip in flowing water so that you're washed clean. Those who are doing sadhana, even today in the ashram, none of the brahmacharis are allowed to even wash their clothes in a common place. Everybody washes their clothes separately. So, we can't put a washing machine and put everybody's clothes in it and do it, it would be easier. But we will not do it because all of them are doing sadhana and everyone has their own specific characteristic. We don't want it all mixed up because it'll not work. If we have to mix it up, then every wash we will have to coat it with soil. You don't know this probably. All the sannyasis, all the sadhus and sannyasis always use very fine sieved mud, red earth to color their clothes. Entire ashram is painted like this because it's just soil we used, okay? Soil with a certain… a certain adhesive sticks like paint. And all buildings in the ashram were painted like this. And all sadhus, sannyasis, those who are on spiritual path, wash their clothes with red earth, filtered earth, with that they wash, so that's why that color, that's how it's come. So either you must wash separately or every time you must coat it with some soil material so that the runanubandha, the only runanubandha that you hold is with the earth, not with people around you, not with things around you, just with the plant. That is okay, because if you wear clothes, because the word soil here is used differently, if you wear soiled clothes no, not like that. Dipped in red earth, if you wear these clothes, in some way it is a reminder for the body as to where it comes from and where it'll go. So, those who are on the spiritual path always use clothes which have been dipped in filtered red earth. Actually, the white clothes turn into mud color because it's been constantly washed with filtered earth.
You are more eligible for mysticism than ever before. Ask the youth, are they interested? Without going to the back streets and buying, simply sitting here and stoned out. If entire life is a race, finish line is death. Is that what you want? It's time the youth of this world stand up and demand a more sensitive, humanistic education process for your own growth, well-being and the well-being of the world, because this world is yours tomorrow. Mysticism is not some magic. Mysticism is just this. Anything that you do not understand or perceive is mysterious to you, isn't it? Yes or no? Let us say, this is 1,000 years ago, all of you are sitting here somewhere outside, and I came cycling. You had never seen a bicycle, you don't know what's the concept of a bicycle. I came cycling on these tin two wheels. Then I say, I just rode down from heaven and I'm here. You'll believe it. Then I'll pick up somebody who's most inefficient and say, you come, you try, can you do this? Of course he will fall down. Then it's established, I rode down from heaven and things. Because anything that you don't understand looks mysterious to you. Anything that you cannot perceive, if somebody perceived, it looks absolutely magical to you, isn't it? But today generally, we call this engineering. What was magic at one time is engineering today, isn't it? From here, if I just… along with this seat, if I just float around, so wow, what is this new technology? You will not check from which heaven I came from. So I'm saying you are more eligible for mysticism than ever before, because you see there are possibilities which we have not yet explored.
I'm a little bit perplexed when I'm talking to people who are younger, like say 20 years old, or in a mode of strengthening their individuality and being actually totally resistant to this idea that they need to let the guard down.
About a year and a half ago, nearly 2 years ago, we launched a movement called Youth and Truth. This is not an advice thing, this is not a religion, this is not some philosophy we're going to advise you how to be. Just, you have questions. When you're young, you have lots of questions. Whatever kind of question you bring, we will answer as it's sensible for you, in some way that it makes sense to you. And it picked up so much momentum that as I'm saying, over 162 universities right now invites are waiting, we're just not able to go. So what is it that draws them? So, I'm in Bangalore city, they've been inviting me to all these under 25 conferences, you know. There are under 25 conferences, only those who are under 25, somehow I am eligible. Well, nearly 13,000 youth are sitting there, strong smell of marijuana, okay? So, there are many ways to approach them. I'm saying a simple way. Just look at my eyes. I'm always stoned. Ask the youth, are they interested? Without going to the back streets and buying, simply sitting here and stoned out, would they be interested? All of them are interested. That's why they're after me. So, don't try to teach them a philosophy, give them a better alternative. Hello? Give them a better alternative, why will they not go for it? Because youth don't want to listen to the rubbish that the old people are talking endlessly. They're always talking about things which are not worked in their life. When I say it's not worked, I'm saying how people were when they were 5, 6 years of age, how joyful and exuberant they were. By the time they're 30, how they become. Has it worked, I'm asking? At 5, if you're so joyful, by the time you're 30, you should be ecstatic if you had grown up. Just the reverse has happened, obviously it's not worked. Nonsense has survived for too long on the basis of being the authority. A time has come when no authority will survive. Truth is the only authority. What works lives, what doesn't work dies. Good times. Unfortunately, we have created a movement in the world, education being the core of it. There are many other aspects. Education is the core of it, where it's always about conquering the world. Right from kindergarten, they're only asking, who is number one? who is number two, who is number three, who is number last. Education is a consequence of the general attitude in the society. We have become a conquering mode. I think this is a fallout from the imperial way of existence that we have had for last 3 centuries. That we think we are powerful and we are good only when we have everybody at our feet. Well, with technology, with worldwide growth of human aspiration, having everybody at your feet, times are over. But still we have not managed to change the education system fundamentally. Here, still you're struggling, who conquers whom? When you want to race with somebody, or when you think life is a race, all you want to do is get to the finish line fast, isn't it? Hello? If entire life is a race, finish line is death, why don't you get there quick? Hello? Is that what you want? People are telling me that is also happening in the universities, unfortunately. That is also happening, most unfortunate. Why would a young person want to take his own life? When they want to take their own life, we are doing something very fundamentally wrong in the society. The main problem is this: we want everybody to be conquerors. Not everybody has a heart to be a conqueror. Not everybody wants to conquer anything. Hello? Everybody would want to explore, engage, understand, but not everybody wants to conquer. But we have set the whole world in a conquest mode. So the only way is all the sensitive people will get trampled, the crudest lot will get to the top. Not a good way to structure this society and this world. It's time we change the structures which make people. Education is an important process because nearly 90% of the human population is passing through that one sieve, isn't it? Hello? This sieve should become a sensitive, very humanistic sieve. This should not be an imperial sieve, this should not be, an Adolf Hitler or Alexander the Great kind of sieve. Right now we are trying to produce them. We are trying to produce them always. We are trying to produce tyrants who will enjoy other people's failures, isn't it? Hello? I want to be number one means what? I enjoy all of you have failed. Why? Why have we brought this about? It's time the youth of this world stand up and demand a more sensitive, humanistic education process for your own growth, well-being and the well-being of the world, because this world is yours tomorrow.
And you, as one of the people with some direct impact on the land, have taken on the challenge of planting 2.4 billion trees to rehabilitate the Cauvery Basin in India. To me, 2 billion trees sounds like a really huge number.
Well, 2.42 billion trees definitely sounds like a large number. But that number, 1.3 billion people in dry lands, which is keeping Ibrahim awake in the night, is what I see as a solution, because India's population is about that. So these 1.3 billion people, if all of us commit to plant just 2 trees in the next 12 years, you got the number, all right, largely. So, our problems and solutions are not separate. If we harness a certain dimension, it becomes a solution. If we leave it unharnessed, it becomes a problem. So right now, will we harness this towards a solution or not is the only question. Cauvery calling is addressing Cauvery Basin, which amounts for 83 to 84,000 square kilometers. To replenish the soil, you need leaves from the trees and animal waste. But both these things are missing, as Ibrahim was saying that whatever you do somewhere, somebody is growing it, all right? And now the markets are all over the world, so you don't sell only locally because it can always be sold at the other end of the world. So when this is the case, maintaining soil fertility, the richness of biodiversity in our soils is the prime responsibility. That's what Kaveri calling is about.
I would like to really finish by thanking you again, Sadhguru, for coming to our offices this morning to the UN Convention to Combat Desertification. This is obviously your office, and
Thank you very much.
the work that you do is absolutely in line with the mandate of this convention, and we are very happy to work with the Isha Foundation and develop this partnership. We sincerely hope that there will be more leaders like you from around the world, not only in India but in other parts of the world, because for someone to dedicate their life into this mandate of sustainable development and a sustainable planet is absolutely essential. And
so Kaveri calling is a 12-year commitment for me and all the volunteers around me. We need your support to make this happen.
we are fully behind.
And we are not looking at just one river. We want this to be a demonstrable model for the rest of the tropical world.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
If you are capable of causing depression to yourself, I'm saying this not without any concern for your illness or not due to lack of compassion, because that is the nature of what's happening to you. If you're causing depression to yourself, you are able to generate substantial amount of intense emotions and thoughts, but in the wrong direction. If you don't have very strong emotions, very intense thoughts about something, you cannot get to… It is just that you are generating thoughts and emotion which work against you, not for you. So you are strong enough to cause depression to yourself because for you to cause a mental illness for yourself, unless you're pathologically ill, which is just a small number of people, rest are all self-created. Most of them are self-created. A few are pathologically ill, they cannot help it. It just comes from within because of genetic and other factors. Almost everybody here, if we train them towards a certain kind of thought process and emotion and push them a little bit with the outside situations, almost everybody will go lose their mental balance. They will become clinically ill. They can be driven to madness, I'm saying, because the line between sanity and insanity is very thin. People keep pushing it. You get angry, you're pushing the line. It's a thin line. In fact, when you get angry, you know you're pushing the line. That's why the expression, I was mad at somebody. You're not mad at somebody, you're just going mad. You cannot be mad at somebody. You're just pushing your sanity, the boundaries of sanity, and moving into insanity for a certain period of time and coming back. You do one thing every day, you try this, 10 minutes a day. Try intense anger on somebody. What? You will see in 3 months' time, you will be clinically there. Yes. Just try it if you want. Because if you keep pushing the line, you go mad and you come back, you go mad and you come back, one day you're not able to come back, that's all. One day you're not able to turn back, then you're clinically ill. You must understand, even if you got angry for a moment, you're already ill. Maybe you don't get the certificate of diagnosis. They don't slap a certificate on you that you're gone. but you are going, isn't it? You think it's your right to throw tantrums, you think it's your right to get angry with people, you think it's your privilege to be depressed so that you'll get attention from somebody. You keep playing this, one day you will not be able to turn back. Keep crossing the line every day, one day you will see you cannot cross back. That day, you need a doctor. Till then, everybody needed a respite from you, but the day you can't cross back, they get the respite because now they can catch you and give you to a doctor. Otherwise, you're temporarily going mad every day, many times a day. They cannot even send you to an asylum, they have to bear with you, your family, your friends, your people around you. If you get at least truly clinically ill, we can hand you over. There's one temple in Tamil Nadu, where they chain you and keep you. Where there is no hospital, no psychological for ailments, there's no hospital. There is a temple that somebody created which is supposed to push people back into sanity. So, families just take them and leave them there, they're shackled and left in the temple. You give them some money, they'll feed you, and you're just there like an animal, tied up. I think if hospitals were run like this, a lot of people wouldn't go crazy. They would maintain their sanity. Right now it's too deluxe. If you make hospital extremely comfortable, it'll become an incentive to become sick. And you have incentives in your life to become ill, right from your childhood. You got the maximum attention only when you fell ill. When you are happy, they screamed at you. When you squealed in joy, they screamed back at you, adults. You… then boo-boo, 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 boo-boo. When you are a child, physical illness is good because you'll get attention from your mother and father and everybody around you, and you don't have to go to school on that day. So you learn the art of falling physically ill. But once you get married, you learn the art of becoming mentally ill. Because if you want to get attention, you go sit in a corner, act depressed, people will pay attention to you. So you keep playing this game, one day you're not able to cross the line back. That day you're clinically ill. Unfortunately, in many ways, not just in the way that I said now, in many different ways, I would say 70% of illnesses on the planet, all kinds, are self-created. Even if you get an infection, there is a way. If you keep yourself in a certain way, physically and mentally, the virus and the bacteria will not work the same way as it works upon somebody else. If you set yourself like this, no matter what's happening, anyway, I have to go and do this, this and this. There's no break from that. The last 29 years, I have not been able to cancel one program because I'm running temperature, I got a cold, I got this, I got that. It doesn't matter what's happening, what you have to do, you anyway have to do. You can't turn back on that. Either out of your commitment or you have a boss like that. One way or the other, if it happens, then you will see, you will not at all fall sick so often. Because if you have temperature, you still have to go. If it's summer, you still go, right? Now, a lot of people don't go. It's a little hot outside, they don't go and work. Little cold outside, they don't go and work. A little raining, they won't go and work. A snowflake, they will not go and work. This is just weather. So for every change in weather, if you have the comfort of covering yourself in a blanket and lying down, once you create that,
your body will learn to fall sick as often as possible. If you just keep it this way, it doesn't matter what it is, anyway I have to go and do what I have to do, you will see your body will just bounce back as quickly as possible, even if it gets the worst kind of infections. So you just have to set the necessary conditions for health, necessary incentives for health, both for yourself and your children if you have them. Do not set incentives for sickness. The child is sick, observe him from a distance, never go cuddle him. He knows that's the worst time of his life. And he knows he has to get well soon. And give him the best attention when he is joyful. You will see he naturally learns from within. His very chemistry will learn that it pays to be joyful, it doesn't pay to be sick. If you make this very clear to your own biology, to your own chemistry and to everybody around you, you will see people will not fall sick as often as they are right now. So set that up for yourself. You will see you will get healthy. If you can turn your mind this way, you can also turn it this way. I want you to understand this. No, I am like this because my father abused me when I was 7 years of age. If you know all that bullshit, you can as well turn yourself around, isn't it? You must understand, mentally, physiologically, chemically, energy-wise, you must clearly understand it doesn't pay to be sick, unhappy, depressed. It doesn't pay. To be joyful and ecstatic, it pays. If you make this clear to all these people inside, they will all behave properly. These 83,000 square kilometers of Kaveri basin, we want to bring it back, at least 1/3 of it back into some kind of green cover. The amount of green cover removed is 87%. We want to put back 33%. For this, we've been preparing for over 18 years. We have converted 69,670 farmers in Tamil Nadu from regular farming to agroforestry. With this agroforestry, their income has multiplied many-fold. So now we are 100% confident that this will be a solution for the farmers' economics. So this is essentially an economic plan with a significant ecological impact. So, only question is just this, for the first 3 years when the farmer goes through a phase where he loses part of his income.
Yes.
At that time, he needs a little bit of support. We are appealing both to Karnataka and Tamil Nadu governments, we've already appealed to them that they must support these farmers to shift from regular farming to agroforestry. Right now, India is importing over 45,000 crores worth of timber and over 1 lakh crores worth of timber products. But we have not been growing anything in our land because farmers fear that if I grow a tree, I can't cut it, the forest department will come. So now we have released about 18 species. Right now, we have spoken to the Environment Ministry. They are saying they will release all the species. If you grow it on your private land, you can cut it at your will and sell it and use it according to your will. Only then farmers will grow trees. Right now, nobody wants to plant a tree because you can't cut it.
Right. Is it also because farming has been about producing food crops and then cash crops of a certain kind, isn't it?
This is cash crop. Forestry is a very rich cash crop.
And yet, why did farmers not invest in…
Fundamentally, I know this very well, I was living in farms 40 years ago. At that time, I know fertilizer companies came and campaigned. All trees must go, otherwise your fertilizer will go waste. Tree roots are aggressive, they will take away the fertilizer. So systematically trees were cut down. Another reason is because they won't let you cut it. If you cut it, you can't transport it. These kind of laws are there. Right now, the Environment Ministry is looking at it carefully, except near forest regions. They want to release the other regions that a farmer can grow whatever he wants. As he cuts his crop, he must be able to cut his tree. Only then he will grow trees.
ನನಗೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಮಾತು ಕೇಳ್ಬೋದಾ? ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಎಲ್ಲ ವಿಡಿಯೋಗಳನ್ನ ಚರ್ಚೆಗಳನ್ನ ನೋಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ನನ್ಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಫ್ಯಾಸಿನೇಟ್ ಮಾಡುವಂತ ವಿಷಯ ಶಿವ. ಯಾಕೆಂದ್ರೆ ಶಿವ ಏಲಿಯನ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ
ಸೋಮೇಶ್ವರ ಇಲ್ಲ ಇದ್ದಾನ,
ಶಿವನ ಸಮುದ್ರದಲ್ಲೇ
ಶಿವನ ಸಮುದ್ರ
ಶಿವನ ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಂತಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ನೀವು ಶಿವನ ಏಲಿಯನ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಿರಲ್ಲ ಗುರುಗಳೇ, ನನಗೆ ಅದು ವೆರಿ ಕನ್ವಿನ್ಸಿಂಗ್. ನನ್ಗೆ ಬಹಳ ಸತ್ಯ ಅಂತ ಅನಿಸ್ತದೆ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಆಧ್ಯಾತ್ಮಿಕವಾಗಿ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ, ಬೇರೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ರೀಸನಿಂಗ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಾಗ ನಿಜ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ. ಈ ವಿಷಕಂಠ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಹೇಗೆ ಸತ್ಯ? ಅದು ಈಸ್ ಅನ್ ಏಲಿಯನ್, ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಯಾವ್ದಾರು ಒಂದು ಬೆಳಕು ಚೆಲ್ಲಕ್ಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ?
ವಿಷಕಂಠ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಷ್ಟೇನೆ. ವಿಷ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಬರೀ ನಾವು ಬಾಯಲ್ಲಿ ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋದು ಮಾತ್ರ ವಿಷ ಅಲ್ಲ. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮನಸ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನೊಂದೀಗ ಒಂದು ಕೆಟ್ಟ ಒಂದು ಯೋಚನೆ, ಒಂದು ಭಾವನೆ ನಿಮ್ಮೊಳಗೆ ನಾನು ಉಂಟು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅದೇ ಒಂದು ವಿಷ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಜೀವನನೇ ಹಾಳು ಮಾಡಿಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. ಅದು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ವಾ? ಒಂದು ಕೆಟ್ಟ ಅಭ್ಯಾಸ, ಕೆಟ್ಟ ಒಂದು ಯೋಚನೆ, ಕೆಟ್ಟ ಒಂದು ಭಾವನೆ, ಇಷ್ಟೇ ಸಾಕು. ಏನು ವಿಷ ಕುಡಿಬೇಕಾಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಅದರಲ್ಲೇ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀವಿ ನಾವು. ಇದರಿಂದ ವಿಷಕಂಠ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಂದ್ರೆ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ವಿಶುದ್ಧಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ. ಈ ಚಕ್ರಕ್ಕೆ, ಈ 7 ಚಕ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ವಿಶುದ್ಧಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ. ಇದು ಒಂದು ಫಿಲ್ಟರ್ ತರ. ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಶಕ್ತಿಯಾಗಿ ಸಾಧನೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಏನೇ ವಿಷ ಬಂದ್ರು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಂತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೆ, ಮೈಯೊಳಗೆ ಹೋಗಲ್ಲ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಂತ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಏನು ಯಾವಾಗ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೂ ತೆಗೆದುಹಾಕ್ಬೋದು ತಾನೆ. ಆ ಒಂದು ಯೋಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಒಂದು ವಿಷಯ ಇದೆ. ಈ ವಿಶುದ್ಧಿ ಚಕ್ರ ಇದು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಯಾವುದು ನಮ್ಮ ಮುಟ್ಟೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಯಾರು ಏನೇ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು, ಯಾರು ಏನೇ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ಏನೇನೋ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಯಾವ ಒಂದು ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ, ಅಕ್ಯುಸೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ, ದೂಷಣೆಗಳು. ದೂಷಣೆಗೆ ಕೊನೆನೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಈಗ ಕಾವೇರಿ ಕೂಗು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ದೂಷಣೆ ಮಾಡೋರು ಆಗ್ಲೇ ಶುರು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅದೇ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲೇ ನಿಲ್ಲಿಸ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ಈಗ ನೀವು ವಿಷಕಂಠ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಜೀವ ತಿನ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ,
ಆಲೋಚನೆ ವಿಷಯ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ
ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಅವರೊಂದು ಮಾತು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಅದ್ 100 ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬಹುದು. ಆ ಥರ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಶಿವ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲೇ ನಿಲ್ಲಿಸ್ಕೋತಾನೆ. ಏನೇ ಹೇಳಲಿ, ಯಾರು ಬೇಕಾದ್ರು ಏನೇ ಮಾಡಲಿ, ಏನೇ ಬೀಸಲಿ, ಏನೇ ಊಟ ಕೊಡ್ಲಿ, ಯಾವ್ದು ತಿಂದ್ರು ಇಲ್ಲೇ ನಿಲ್ಲಿಸ್ಕೋತಾನೆ. ವಿಷ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಬಿಡ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ
ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾವ್ದು ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು, ಒಳ್ಳೆತನ
ಅಷ್ಟೇ.
ಇಷ್ಟು ಮಾತ್ರ ಹೋದ್ರೆ ಸಾಕು.
ಫಿಲ್ಟರ್ ಬೇಕು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ. ವಿಶುದ್ಧಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಫಿಲ್ಟರ್. ಯಾಕೆಂದ್ರೆ ಪ್ರಪಂಚ ನಮಗೆ ಏನ್ ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ ಅನ್ನೋದು ನಮ್ಮ ಚಾಯ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಏನ್ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೂ ಬೀಸಾಕ್ತಾರೆ ಅವ್ರು ನಮ್ಮ ಮೇಲೆ. ಅದನ್ನ ತಗೊಂಡು ನೀವು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋತೀರಾ ಅನ್ನೋದು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕೈಯಲ್ಲಿ. ಯಾರೋ ಒಬ್ರು ಕಲ್ಲು ಬೀಸಿದ್ರು, ನಾವು ಕಲ್ಲು ಹಿಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ಕಟ್ಕೋಬಹುದು. ನೋಡಿ, ಮನೆ ಕಟ್ಕೋಬಹುದು ಕಲ್ಲಲ್ಲಿ. ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಕಲ್ಲು ಬೀಸಿದ್ರು ಒಂದು ಜೀವ ಬಿಡ್ಬೋದು. ಪ್ರಪಂಚ ನಮಗೆ ಏನ್ ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ ಅನ್ನೋದು ನಮ್ಮ ಕೈಯಲ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಆದ್ರೆ ನಮಗ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋತೀವಿ ಅನ್ನೋದು ನಮ್ಮ ಕೈಯಲ್ಲಿದೆ 100%. ಅದರಿಂದ ವಿಷಕಂಠ.
ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ವಿಷಕಂಠ ಅಂದಾಗ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಅದು ಸುರರು ಬಂದ್ರು, ಸಮುದ್ರ, ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ವಿಚಾರ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು.
ಇಲ್ಲ, ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು ಅದು ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಪಿಕ್ಚರೈಸೇಷನ್. ನೀವು ಸಿನಿಮಾ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ, ಯಾರೋ ಅವ್ರ ಮನಸ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ನಡೆಯೋ ಭಾವನೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಏನೇನೋ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ. ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ನಿಜಾನಾ? ಇಲ್ಲ. ಮನಸ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ನಡೆಯೋ ಭಾವನೆನ ನೀವು ಪಿಕ್ಚರಲ್ಲಿ ತೋರಿಸ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನೋ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ. ಅದೇ ತರ ನಮ್ಮ ಒಳಗಡೆ ನಡೆಯೋ ವಿಷಯ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ತೋರಿಸ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೊಂದು ಕತೆ. ಇವಾಗ ಪ್ರಪಂಚದಲ್ಲಿರೋ ವಿಷ ಎಲ್ಲ ತೆಗೆದ್ರು ಯಾರದ್ ಮುಟ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಸೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. ವಿಷ ಯಾರಿಗ್ ಮುಟ್ಟೋಕೆ ಆಸೆ? ಇವನೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ, ಕುಡ್ಕೋತಾನೆ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಇವನಿಗೆ ಫಿಲ್ಟರ್ ಇದೆ, ಇಲ್ಲೇ ನಿಲ್ಸ್ಕೊತ ಅಷ್ಟೇ.